Alright, so the iPhone 18 Pro just crossed a line that changes everything. This isn't some random leak from a sketchy forum anymore. This phone is now physically inside Apple's production pipeline. And once Apple starts putting a device through factory testing, that's when you know it's no longer a concept, it's happening. If Apple sticks to its usual schedule, we should see the 18 Pro and 18 Pro Max officially revealed this September. But honestly, the launch itself might not even be the main story this year. There's growing buzz that Apple could drop the iPhone Fold at the exact same event. If that's true, we're looking at one of the most loaded iPhone announcements in years. Like, that's not a normal September keynote anymore. That's Apple going all in. So here's what's got people talking right now. A reliable Chinese leaker is saying Apple has already kicked off something called production validation testing for the Pro models. Now, I know that sounds super technical, but stick with me because this actually matters a lot. This is the phase where Apple runs the phone through real assembly lines, the same exact machines and tooling that'll be used when they start cranking out millions of units. They're essentially putting the entire manufacturing process under pressure to make sure nothing breaks, nothing misaligns, and nothing falls apart at scale. And here's the key thing. Companies don't enter this stage unless the design is basically done. So whatever the iPhone 18 Pro looks like right now inside those factories, that's pretty much what you're going to see on shelves later this year. Now here's where it gets interesting. The leaks are saying Apple isn't going for some wild design shakeup this time around. The materials, the overall shape, the general design language, it's all staying pretty close to what we already have. And yeah, I know, that might sound a little disappointing at first, but Apple's clearly playing a different game here. Instead of changing how the phone looks, they're focused on changing how it feels to actually use. And the biggest proof of that is what's happening to the dynamic island. It's shrinking, and not by some tiny amount you'd need a magnifying glass to notice. We're talking a real visible reduction. Leaks are putting the display cutout on the 18 Pro at around 13.5 millimeters wide. The iPhone 17 Pro sits at about 20.7 millimeters. Do the math, and that's roughly a 35% smaller cutout. More screen, cleaner look, and a front face that finally starts to feel truly uninterrupted. If you've been paying attention to what Apple's been doing with their displays over the past few years, this tracks perfectly. They've been on this slow, deliberate mission to tuck more and more hardware beneath the screen. The endgame is obvious, a completely clean display with zero visible cutouts, and shrinking the dynamic island is the next logical move in that direction. Rather than just killing it overnight, Apple's gradually making it smaller while quietly relocating components beneath the glass. There are even reports floating around that some of the Face ID hardware could start moving under the display on the 18 Pro. Let's be real, if Apple actually pulls that off, it's a serious engineering flex, and true to form, they'd roll out that kind of tech on the Pro models first before eventually trickling it down to the standard lineup. But that's not the only display upgrade worth talking about. The panel itself is reportedly getting a bump too. Apple's apparently switching to upgraded LTPO OLED technology. They already use LTPO for ProMotion, which is what lets the screen dynamically adjust its refresh rate anywhere from 1 Hz all the way up to 120 Hz, depending on what you're doing. But these newer panels could push efficiency even further. We're talking better battery life, even when the display is running at higher refresh rates, a smoother always-on display experience, and stronger peak brightness for those times you're outside squinting at your phone in direct sunlight. These aren't the kind of upgrades that pop off a spec sheet and make you go wow, but they're the ones you actually feel every single day. Your screen stays on longer without draining your battery. Everything looks a little brighter, a little smoother. That's the stuff that separates a good phone from one that genuinely feels premium in your hand. And then there's the camera situation. Reports are suggesting the entire iPhone 18 lineup, not just the Pro models, could be getting upgraded front-facing cameras. We don't have a confirmed resolution yet, but earlier leaks pointed towards higher resolution selfie sensors across the board. Now, combine that with a smaller dynamic island and potentially hidden Face ID components, and the front of this phone could end up looking dramatically more modern than anything Apple's shipped before. When you zoom out and look at all of this together, Apple's game plan becomes super clear. They're not trying to shock you with some radical new look. They're tightening every single detail. Cleaner display, better panel tech, upgraded cameras, and a steady march towards that ultimate vision of a completely immersive screen with nothing in the way. It's the most Apple thing ever. No giant leaps, just relentless, calculated steps forward until one day you look back and realize the phone is completely different from where it started. And if the iPhone Fold actually does show up alongside the 18 Pro this September, we could be witnessing one of the biggest Apple hardware events in a very long time. So yeah, the iPhone 18 Pro might not scream radical redesign when you first look at it, but underneath, Apple's quietly laying the groundwork for something way bigger than a single year's upgrade. So let me ask you this, if Apple really does shrink the dynamic island by that much, is that enough to make you consider upgrading, or are you holding out until the day they wipe the screen completely clean? Drop your thoughts below, and if you found this breakdown useful, stick around because there's a wave of new leaks coming about the next generation of iPhones, and trust me, we've still got a lot to cover.